Hello, 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 hello. So, hello. We are back with Global Farmer. Obviously, we know what's going to happen tomorrow, so we're going to save that for tomorrow. Um, but we're back with Global Farmer. They've put a big update out. I think it was sometime last week, but I didn't get to it. I did do a little bit of a rummage around in the experimental just to make sure that it was doing some of the things I was wanting it to do. And it doesn't quite. But yeah, so we're on version 0.9.4. And so the patch notes, it allows the in-game field creation, which is one of the things that was suggested. Hello, Geordie. Tuesday happens tomorrow, right? Exactly. That's exactly right, Geordie. How am I doing? I'm doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. I did. I had a lovely weekend, thank you. And I've just had some lovely bangers and mash. So yeah, I'm ready for this. I'm just going to go through the patch notes quickly. So yeah, in-game field creation, you can draw fields, see hectare size and buy cost. Second confirmation. Okay, so there's some other stuff. There's storage capacity overview in the HUD. That's a good one. Weather cycle curves added to the time. So we'll see some of these as we go through. Soil textures type split into individual damage, not always for all three. That's going to be beneficial. Money notification shows spending and earning at top HUD. Okay. Money pop-up info for field. Enable disable play tutorial. That's good. They've added an old tractor. Loading any location, even with zero fields, is possible and initial farm placeable. Yes, that's because they've added the in-game field creation, crops, contracts, difficulties. They've balanced it, so they've done a lot of balancing work. That's where they've been really focused. More realistic pricing and yields. More contractors needed for certain things. More interesting to build necessary storages. So they've obviously tweaked the storage system, which is good. We'll have a look at that. Vehicle performance reduced. Okay, so they're trying to balance that out so that they you have to use more vehicles when you get to a certain size of fields. Better tractors pull implements faster. Lower starting money doesn't affect us because we're in a save game. Some currency local problems fixed. Old tractor pull irrigation tool. Balance tweaks. Okay, so we've got a lot of balancing. So we're going to go and have a looky-loo. So we're going to load our existing save game. We get the error message. That's why I always kind of start in the menu screen and do that. At the end of the stream. Oh, we can do that. We can do that now, Geordie. Let's do that now. Since you're here, if you get me the postcode for Leicester Square, we will see if we can put a farm in Leicester Square. Before we get too deep into what's going on here, so let's have a bit of fun first. I always like fun. So, so yeah, so we're going to go with a new game. Actually, it might need to be GPS coordinates, so let's do that. I'm just going to load it up on Google Maps myself. I may be able to get there just a little bit. I won't say quicker, but it'll be. I know what's going on. Got the coordinates, please. Give me the coordinates. Are we spending this amount of time doing this kind of nonsense? Yes, we absolutely are. Absolutely are. There's reasons and raisins. Might be because I don't have that out at full screen. There we go. I think I've got the coordinates now. So we got 51.51096 and negative 0.13011656. There we go. So those are the coordinates for Leicester Square, according to Google. So apologies if anyone's actually looking for some decent quality stream. This will be fine. If anyone's looking for a decent quality stream, they're in the right place, but they just might have to indulge a little bit of distractions because, yeah, we do distractions. Rather, I do distractions. So let's see what we've got. So this is the coordinates for Leicester Square. This was for anyone that is watching that actually wasn't here before. This was a question that Geordie posted in response to my assertion that you could farm anywhere. This was a question that Geordie posed in one of my last Global Farmer streams. So let's have a little looky-loo. See what we get. Takes a little while because it's got to generate from the map data. So do a little dance while we're waiting. Oh, actually, we can have a little song while we're waiting. I haven't tested this. Let's just test that overlay is working.
I'm hunting for a fad, and I see him. You will be a flat and flad, flat and flad, flat
Okay.
and flad.
That's working. So now we can just do a little bit of.
Ago on a field not far away, hitman and fadman started to farm and play. Beware the red tractor, it surely will become a Derpalophagus factor, bouncing right up to the sun. Up and down the field we go, sowing seeds with love, we watch them grow. Up and down the field we go, where the crazy innocents will never know. As the years fly by, farming does go on, witnessing forks of justice. Some friends have been
all hands brace for impact.
Enjoying the time as if it were a crime. The clock ticks on, but the fun dies by. Up and down the field we go, sowing seeds with love, we watch them grow. Up and down the field we go, where the crazy innocents will never know. As the years fly by, the farming does go on, witnessing forks of justice. Some friends have been and gone, enjoying the time as if it were a crime. The clock ticks on, but the fun dies by. Up and down the field
Here we go.
sowing seeds with love, we watch them grow.
We're going to go in free play mode just because it's going to be easier. We're going to disable Tutorial Royale. So here we are, Leicester Square right here. Hold on. So let's find a place to put our little farmeroonie. Should we go? Is this the front of BP? Am I right? Is this the front of BP? Sounds like a right place for us, doesn't it? Really? If that's not sure if it is. With the train tracks, I'm not sure. I don't think that's right. That's Westminster, so that could well be BP. So yeah, so where are we? So in our centre of... Where's the centre gone? You can see the Thames flowing there. This is what London was like 300 years ago. Well, the OSM data might disagree with you there, Geordie, but there we go. So City of London over here. Oh, there's that's Leicester Square right there. So that's where we started. So we can purchase the field. And shall we plant something on the field? Plant something on Leicester Square right now, just for fun. And we'll make it asparagus because why not? I'm not actually going to kind of go through the whole Majingarizer stuffness of things. But let's actually get some people working on Leicester Square, because why not? And if that is in fact... Yeah, there's lots of different things there. That I really think... Let me get the Google Maps back up again. I think that is what I think it is. So... I'm trying to do it on Google Maps in relation to everything else, so... It is indeed. So that is Constitution Hill. Not sure if it's labelled as such, but that's Constitution Hill. Buckingham Palace Road. Spur Road. So yeah, that is in fact, we have set our farm down on just outside outside the front of Buckingham Palace. Because we can. I thought it was. If the Green Party gets in power, this is what London will be like. Well, we can't delete the buildings. We can't delete the buildings yet. But I think they are working on things. I have put suggestions in that you could do more modifications to the map. So let's go back to our little... Let's move forward a little bit speedier. Okay. We have our worker digging up Leicester Square. We're only gonna do the planting. I'm not gonna go much further than that, but I will save it so that we can come back for a laugh and we can actually do maybe a laugh stream of farming London. So sorry, but you're laughing slightly at how cool this is, to be honest. Don't be sorry, Geordie. This is cool. This is why it's such a cool concept, and this is why I've been, like I say, it's had some bugs in early access, and it still does. But this is why I'm a big fan of the game. Yeah. So these are moving a little bit. These seem to be moving a little bit slower at normal speed. They're not moving quite as quickly as they were at normal speed, I think. So we're going to go through planting season. So obviously it is the 4th of January, 2025. We are digging up Leicester Square to plant it with asparagus. So let's see if we can see any other major landmarks. So we've... Oh, look! Is that supposed to be... Is that supposed to be the London Eye, do you think? I wonder. It's definitely... I mean, you can see the different buildings and stuff, so... So you've got much taller ones over here. So yeah, there's a lot of real estate taken up by buildings. But you've got a lot of little fields around and about. So I wonder if we could make a productive farm out of this location and actually make money. It will be in free play mode. So the asparagus is now growing on Leicester Square. So that is where I'm going to leave this particular save. So we're going to say, going to call this London is a farm. We'll save that, and then we're going to go back, and we're going to go back to our Luxembourg map, because I want to see what we go, and we'll go through all the differences. Or I say we'll go through all the differences. I'm going to go through as many of the differences as I can find for the new update. So we had to just spend that little bit of time, 15 minutes or so, just to indulge the curiosity and see how we got on with the concept that Geordie came up with in the chat, which I thought was a cool, funny idea. Yeah, random works around here. Random works around. So we are 1st of January 2044. So you can see we've got this big field. I can't remember what any of the fields had on them. We may have to figure that out. I'm also going to try and figure out where there's my... Just needed my little codes for my crop rotations. Okay, so just check to make sure we don't have anything in storage. We don't. Nothing that we shouldn't have. Okay, also we've got some little... That's good. We've got this, it's got some placeholder text, but that's good. So we've got our storage updates. We've got silos, refrigerated warehouse, ventilated warehouse. I'm also going to look at... So milk is 700 litres. That shows the symbol for silos, but I'm guessing it's probably not. So ventilated warehouse, refrigerated warehouse was where we believe it should be. But we still don't know where the milk is specifically, although I think last time we said it was in the ventilated warehouse. So we'll see. Does it tell us in buildy build mode what things go into these things now? It hasn't been updated there. Hasn't been updated there. Okay, so it hasn't updated that part of it for us. That's okay. We kind of figured that out already. So we've got the sunshine hours is the yellow line up here. We've got the rainfall is the blue squares, the blue rectangles at the bottom here. And then we've got the temperature is the red line that follows there. So in this timeline, you can see where you've got the most sunshine, where you've got the highest temperatures, where you've got the most rainfall. So that's helpful for planning where you're going to put your crops. I like it. As you can see, we've got the little HUD for the warehouses, which is cool. Like that. Big fan. Happy with that. So we now need to figure out, and I, honest to God, do not know what we had on these fields beforehand. Is there any way we can... Oh, I know how we can tell. We can go to our field overview. So, Bountiful Field. Add apples. Which one is Bountiful Field? Is it this one? No, that's Enlivening Field. Blooming Big Meadow. Bountiful Field is this one. So if that one had apples, that one needs to have zucchini today. Well, this year. Da 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 da. So that one's a zucchini field. So we know zucchini are late, so that's fine. Let's plan for the zucchinis. And we will have them out there-ish. Lack of water, weed damage, that's fine. We are going to put on cultivation, because that will deal with that. Harvesterization. Now you see we've gone red on this. Previously, this field we could harvest manually with just one person. But they've obviously adjusted that balance. So I like that. I know it makes it more of a pain because we've got to manage it, but I like it. We can't do mechanical because there isn't any kind of implement that we can do for that. Okay. So that is a 76%. So yeah, so we getting it there. We got 76%. We're not going to get better than that. So that is the best that we can do. Right there. And it coincides nicely with when the sunshine and temperature drops off right in that last third of September. So we'll... there we go. We'll get it back to the 76% and we will dial it in. Excellent. So what was Big Blooming Meadow? Field overview. Last year, please. So, Big Blooming Meadow. Oh, we tried carrots on there. But I don't think the carrots did massively well. Let's see. But again, balances have changed, so let's see what we get suggested. We're probably going to go... So go onions, maybe? Onions. We're going to go and we plant them out there. Well, it's going to take us 10 days, even with 10 days harvesting, even with the machines. Okay, so we're going to cultivator Marais. We've still got that issue. Okay, so we've got 2 machines for cultivating. 2 machine, only 1 machine for seedbed preparation. Let's put another one in the seedbed preparation then. Like so. Harvesting. We can put in another one. Like so. Seeding. Sure did we not have we didn't get another seeder. Did we not get another seeder? I'm sure we did. Maybe we didn't. Okay. Well, that'll have to be the case for this year. I'll have to get another seeder for next time around. Where have we gone? There we are. Okay, so we can... Well, it's got a sand mismatch. Didn't realise we've got the sand mismatch for the onions here. We've got an 80% yield. An 80% estimated yield. That is about the right time, so we're gonna go for harvest there like that. And confirm. Excellent. This is I suppose the boring part of the stream where I'm kind of figuring out what we're going to put on the different fields. So the 3 fields had zucchini, so they are due to go to onions anyway. And enlivening and plush field had onions, so they're due to go to apple trees. Non-grazing. That's fertile forest. Okay, so that one. That's the enlivening field. So that one's going to go apples. Apples. Thanking you. 95%. So you can start to see that the windows are now taking a lot longer because there's a lot more time and work going into what we are doing with these fields. This is good. It's what we should expect. So I think I'm going to go with that. I don't think there's anything much to worry about there. Let's go, like I said, middle of. Let's go a little bit earlier than that, like that. Yeah, that'll do. So early September harvest for those. Okay, so we don't have enough ventilators. I like the fact that this is giving us something very specific. We are red status on storage, and it's kind of, you will harvest this field on this date, but you don't have enough of this type of warehouse for it. That's really specific. That's really helpful. That's a fantastic improvement. So I'm happy with that. Cultivator itemization. We do need a cultivator itemization. That's going to take 3 days unless we add second one. In which case it'll take 2 days. That's fine. Okay with that. Really need to get that visual thing. That does set me off a little bit. Not kind of set me off angry, but just visually it's disturbing. But that's okay. We tolerate these things. So, so we've got that field planned. We've got that field planned. Got that field planned. So these ones need to be the ones that they were onion last time. Are they? Were they onion last time? No, there was zucchini. They need to be onion this time. Doodly. We might need to buy some more. Might need to hire some more workers at this rate. But we'll see. So planterizating for onions. And we've been going kind of May to there, so about there-ish with a cultivation. I'm okay with it taking a few days, so let's get there. Beginning of 4th of May, that works. 4th of May for that. So let's go to here. Go onions. And we're going to go later in May, so we go the 9th of May. That should give us enough space to do what we need to do there. And we'll also put a cultivating on. So 4th, 9th. Okay, Vermitich. And then the last one of that group of fields was this field here. And we're going to plant onions. And we're going to go the 15th of May. I think that works. Also going to do cultivation. Cultivation. It's just the way we do it. Okay, so fermat. That should give us those. So now we've got to figure out between these fields which was whether it was plush or refreshing that had the corn. So we're alternating between those. It was refreshing, so we need to have plush have the corn. Really interested to see how these yields come out differently. So let's do that there. That's the 8th of May. Go that? No, not really. But we're not going like the 31st of May for the best yield for this. I think that's what we were doing before, wasn't it? The 30th of May was our date for corn. If I remember correctly. Let's see if we can go a little bit earlier there. Why can we not get mechanical seedbed preparation? There we go. No, we can't. Okay. 4th. Let's try there. Really? Okay. So the best we can do... Oh, we need to cultivate as well, so let's add that in. Do we really not have enough equipment for this? It's frustrating. What fields are being actively worked on at the end of May? Let's have a look in our field overview. End of May. So we're going to have... Oh, yeah, we've got all the onion fields being planted. Okay, we might need some more. I don't think we need more tractors. We might need another seedbed preparer. Let's see. Where are we? There we go. There's our farm. And let's purchase and implement a seedbed preparator. Pop that down there. And we'll see if we can get the cornfield to go. So let's go back here. Oh, we needed a cultivator as well. Okay, so it'll now do the seedbed preparation, but we also need a cultivator. So let's get another cultivator. Small cultivator. There we go. Spending money, but we do still have almost 3.5 million. So we're gonna ride that for as long as we can. Okay, so let's go. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we've got enough equipment now for that. That's good. So this field... What have we been doing? That not that marketplace. Been alternating the corn with different things. Mostly with onions. We're going to have a lot of onions this year. Let's see if we can plant something different on here. What else does it recommend? We could go lettuce. We could go lettuce. I mean, it's a manual harvest. Could go lettuce. Cultivatorizing. When do we want to plant the lettuces? We could obviously get more than one harvest in, I suspect, but I'm not gonna fuss over that. So we'll put the lettuces in June to August. They can go in earlier. Yeah, let's get them in earlier. April to July. We'll have some nice July salads. There we go. Let's confirm that. Okay, perfect. Confirm. So do we have all our fields? That field's plant. That field's plant. That field's plant. That's plans, got plans. Looks like we have them all planned now, so we can get started. Yay! That's good, 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 good. I don't know quite why we've got a harvester animation going on here, but a little bit of randomness. A little bit of randomness. It won't hurt. It really won't. So one of the things, obviously, we talked about at the beginning was the ability to create fields. So that's down here. You've got field tools. You've got add and delete. So we can delete a field. So if we think a field is stupid, we can delete it. So for example, we've got some of these fields that are huge expanses like this. This is like multiple fields all joined together in 154 hectares. So we could delete that. I'm going to start a little bit smaller than that first. So I'm going to say, okay, this field here, we'll delete this. Let's delete that field. I haven't deleted a field yet, so let's. You really want to exclude this land feature? Yes. And you've got this little field there along there. You can probably delete that as well. Okay, so that's deleting. And say we want to add in a field here. There's a nice space here. We could put in a beautiful field along here. Like so. Doesn't allow you to make the points too close together. So you can't do really detail, but that's okay. There we go. So we can now select the field type, whether it's going to be a field, a forest, a meadow, or it's going to be water. So you can actually remove water features as well, apparently, or add water features. So we'll choose a field. And there we go. So we've added our new field. That field will cost us 48,000 euros to purchase. And that looks quite nice. So now we can fill in some of these areas where there's things. We can take out some of the dodgy looking fields and stuff like that. Like that one there doesn't really look too fantastic. We could probably make it a larger field here. So let's make a larger field. Let's just experiment with this for a little bit. So let's do this. Do this. That's a lot larger area. Get rid of that. Okay, so
All
now
hands brace for impact.
let's create a new field. We're going to start there like so. Just like that. And up back there to that, like so. And we'll set that one as a meadow for now. So there you go. So we can literally change what's on the map with that tool. I did ask them, because one of the things that I'd spoken about on stream was, oh, well, maybe we could merge these two fields. And this field and stuff like that, and we could split some of the other fields that are a little bit unwieldy. So I did put that comment in the Discord, and they have replied that they are working on that feature. So I think they've also recognised that that would be a really cool and really useful thing. But they have given map editing tools in gameplay mode with this update. So that's cool. That's definitely worth it. As I said, we've also got you can see the sun sunshine hours predicted here, the temperature predictions, the rainfall predictions. You've got the HUD for storage space. So that's also very useful. So let's look at storage space. 220 tons. So we've got a total of 220 tons for ventilated. I've only got a capacity of 220 tons. There we go. Let's have a look. What do we build? No, we wanted to go build. Okay, let's build a uni. Ventilated warehouse, that's 220 tons. Okay, so we got, yeah. We have another one of those. Don't know if that will solve our problem or not. We've got also a concern with refrigerated. Let's have another one of those. I think we discussed this before, that we're going with the medium-sized ones because the large ones are just horrendously expensive. And oh, but they seem to be balanced because now they give you like a massive amount of storage. So we could, well, it didn't give you quite that much last time, I don't think. So let's have another ventilated warehouse like that. That's a big one. Excellent. Happy with that. So our animals should be nomming on all the food that we've got. They are indeed. So yeah. So previously, that's 2.5 tons. Yeah, they've definitely balanced that better because you could get 2 of these for like 180,000, and you'd get the same capacity that you'd have gotten from this. So that's definitely better. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I'd have to look back at the stream, but that's definitely improved. Okay, so looks like all of our red lines for storage have gone away. So we now have enough storage for what we're predicted to harvest, which is good. I am tempted to delete that huge field and start to put in new fields, but we'll save that for now. So we've added that one in. Excuse me, where's the other one that we added in? Where's the other one? Oh, it's there. It's only a small one. So yeah, so all of these maps where you've got spaces that you want to turn into fields, you can do that. Like this space here could be a field. This space here, all of this here, you could get rid of this and you could actually make the field out there. That works because you've got some maps that don't have as rich data as this, and they just are that blank space. Diamondback coming in strong with the butts. Hello. I hope you're well today. Back in our Luxembourg farm. Not our Luxembourg trucking business. So we are going to just fast forward now to the next action, which is going to be one of our planting actions. Probably planting something or other. Well, it'll be planting something, but I don't know. Planting onions? No, it'd be the lettuce, won't it? Oh no, it's the apples. So you can see things are running slower. So the tractors are running slower. You need multiple tractors to get the same, or take a smaller length of time. So even on this size field, we kind of need 2 tractors, whereas before previously we only really needed 2 tractors on this size field. So we've got a lot better balance there. Let's have a little looky-loo. Still getting a lot of money for the milk, so we're going to sell the milk because that's good. And that is definitely taking up space in the ventilated warehouse. We can see that on the HUD now. So we can visually see that when we sell it. Excellent. So we're preparing the seedbed for the apple plants. These textures, I don't know if the textures have been updated. They seem to be a little bit more refined. I'm not sure, but they seem to be. Could just be me. Could just be me. Haven't played the game obviously for a little while. But we'll get there. So how are you today, Diamondback? I hope you're well. Okay, so now we've got multiple workers doing the dancing of seeding. Doing the seeding dance. Doing the seeding dance. These textures definitely seem different to me. I don't know if it's everyone, if anybody else is seeing it. Josh, good evening. Hello. I hope you're well. So we're just playing around here because we can, because we must. So we've got a seeding dance going on. We've done all our planning. Oh, we're seeding the lettuces. Where were we? Oh, we're seeding the lettuces over here. Oh, we're doing that with a tractor. Excellent. So we got lettuces growing there. Excellent, Rooney. Okay, so we've got this is one of the changes. So they've got a sand mismatch and we've got a clay mismatch. So we've got a little bit of mismatching there, but that's okay because it's only those 2 things, and we can see that they're both kind of yellow. So you've got the color coding down here as well, so you can actually see what's going on. I like this. I like this. This is their first big update. Diamondback is doing pretty good. How are Fabbot and Butson? Well, Butson is asleep. So Butson is... Where is Butson? Let's have a little looky-loo. There is Butson. So he's being himself. Being his little loaf on a bed. Why not? Bless his little heart. So... And Fabbot is doing good. I had bangers and mash before I started the stream, so I am good. Oh dear. Okay, so we also saw a minus 340 there, because we're doing, presumably because we're doing something. Probably the cultivation of one of the fields was probably tractor related. Sublime field. Where's Sublime field? Is that the one up here? Yes. Cultivating. So this is the field that we're cultivating. I said I do think that they've enhanced the text just a little bit. I can't put my finger on it, but that's just my feeling. So yummy, says Diamondback. Yes, indeed. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yes, we're doing seedbed prep. So yeah, so they've, like I said, if you've just joined us, they've rebalanced the game. This is, like I said, the first big update that they've done. So you've got weather conditions along the timeline here, so you can plan. You've got your HUD, the storage, and you have to use more equipment and more people for the fields to get the yield and to get the things done in a shorter space of time, because they've rebalanced the amount of work that is required. They've rebalanced the amount of money you get for particular crops, so that's going to be potentially quite different for us. And you've got a color coding of the alerts that you've got, so you don't have a mismatch. If you've got a mismatch on 2 of the 3 soil qualities, you don't get a mismatch on all 3, which is a change. So that's good. So you don't get hit quite as bad. So that might help us with the corn, because the corn is one of our big pains, shall we say. So yeah, so I'm looking through all of that. So we've actually had to purchase some new equipment. We've purchased some new storage as well. So in order to be able to manage all the fields, we had to purchase a new cultivator, a new seedbed preparator. And we also had to purchase some new ventilated warehouses to be able to store all the, or store the predicted amount of stuff that we're going to have. Hence we went from about 3.5 million to about 2.5 million. But that's okay, because we're in it. We're in it to win it. So, and I didn't show you, did I? There's a new tractor. We didn't look at the new tractor. We're not going to get one, but there is a new tractor. There's an old tractor, so for 20,000. So instead of 55,000, you can get an old tractor for 20,000. So if we were starting out on a new farm, we could have some basic field work done with the old tractor. So there we go. So lots of good improvements. And of course, again, for anyone that didn't see it before, we've got the ability now to add, edit, and delete fields. So for example, let's say we want to let's get rid of this field because it's a weird shape, and let's put in a new field. So let's go into field tools. We're going to delete that field. Delete that field. We'll leave that there like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to now create a new field. And we're going to come out there like that. Like so. Do. Just like that. So now we can create our new field right there. And doesn't seem to have done quite what I thought it would do. It's put the trees around the edge, but it's not drawn the field. Interesting. We'll come back to that one. It's drawn the trees around the edge, but it hasn't actually put the field in there. Because what it should do is that. So that's what it should do. Perhaps I clicked something wrong. Or maybe I had too many points, I don't know. But yeah, so we've got a new field there now. Yes. So that's cool. We created that field earlier. We also created that field. Or meadow. And you can create them as forests as well if you want. So if we said that we were going to have... Actually, let's say there's some water here. So let's say we've got a great big body of water here. Let's do water. There you go. So we've got some water on the map now. So that's a nice addition. Obviously, there's more things going to happen with it, I would imagine, but that's what we've got right now. So there we go. So we're now seeding stuffs. Doodly. So we're seeding more onions. Where are we? We're We're in the middle end of May. So we've got apples growing here. Got onions going on there shortly. We've already got onions up here. And onions down here. So yeah, things are going well on Luxembourg Farm. Well, should we call it Luxembourg Farm still, or should we just say it's near Bertrange? We could call it the Tango Farm because I said that's where Tango, the phone company, used to be. That used to be their head office. Long, long ago. Okay, so now the big field is starting. I think I accepted that we'd just use the one cultivator on this and it would take a long time to get started. That's okay. Lots of cool new additions. Indeed, Josh. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to make sure I streamed this today, because I haven't streamed it for a little bit. And they have put some good updates in. So I want to make sure that we are fair to that, because let's be honest, we're going to get totally absorbed in Farm Sim 25 tomorrow. And by we, obviously, I mean me. Although I have got to go to the dentist, so I cannot be here when it actually launches. I can't play it straight away. Yeah, my dentist is an hour's drive away, so I will be having to come back, sort the dog out, and then play it. So when I play it on stream, it will literally be, I won't have even had time to have played it earlier than that. So that's what we will be doing tomorrow night. But tonight we're focused on this. And yeah, like I said, they've done some good things. They spent a lot of time getting feedback from the community about kind of the crop yields, the crop prices, the balance of work, and how it was felt that it was a little bit too easy in some places. Josh bit the bullet and just bought it. Are you talking Farm Sim or are you talking Global Farmer? Either way, it's fine. FS25, that is. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that have been holding out. I was the same with Farm Sim 22. I held out until quite late, just before it was coming out, and I go, no, I'm going to get it anyway. And I did. I did exactly what you just did, Josh. I was like, no, I'm going to just take my money, giants. So, and I got it with the year 1 pass, which is much as what my mother has done for me this time. She's got me the year 1 pass, so I've got all the DLC to come, which is nice. I'm one of those people. Don't come to me on the day and say, "Oh, by the way, for an extra $19.99, you can have this." It's no, just sod off. Tell me in advance what it's going to be, what I'm going to get. Don't come to me with this special offer nonsense on the day. It just annoys me. So, but yeah, FS25. That will be fun tomorrow. Like I said, I'm deliberately not going to play it before I stream. I might I'll do a load test just to make sure that it's coming through on the OBS and stuff. But I won't be doing much more than that. So there we go. So this is, like I say, you can see just how long it's taking just to get the cultivation done in terms of days. Our poor workers. Now we've got multiples going. I don't think we have 3 working on this at one time, only 2. But we'll see how we get on with that. So, like I said, I am pleased with the updates here. We'll see how we get on with money. So far, we haven't had any particular problems, which is good. We like that. The animals are out in their pastures, doing their doings of doingness, which is good also. So let's have a look. Not build mode. I didn't want build mode. I wanted marketplace. There we go. We've got milk. Sell. We'll keep selling that. Like I said, you've even got the individual breakdown. If you look at the HUD, we've got the silos, which are for the grains. We've got the refrigerated warehouse for most vegetables and strawberries. We've got the ventilated warehouse as well, so that's good. And it tells us what our total capacity is. So we've got 2,876 tons worth of storage for ventilated. We've got 223 tons for refrigerated and 106 tons for silos. And if you didn't see the beginning of the stream, Geordie and I had a bit of fun. So if anyone remembers, Geordie posed the question, could you farm on Leicester Square? Could you create a farm on Leicester Square in London? And the answer is yes. So we did that. That was the first 15 minutes of the stream. And so we did actually create a farm in London, centered on Leicester Square. And we did, in fact, plant asparagus on Leicester Square. I saved that as a save game, so we can go back to that and play with that, because I think that was just absolutely hilariously fun. I would love to see if we can make a sustainable farm in the metropolis of London. For instance, and obviously our farm building we put just outside of Buckingham Palace because, well, why not? I don't think Chucky would mind. Fine. So he'd welcome me. He'd say, "Hey, Fad, glad you're in the neighbourhood. Prices are going up. That's good." So, so there we go. So we are seeding onions here. I think there's more onions to go on there. No, that's zucchini. So we haven't got a lot of zucchini going in this year. We're better for a barn, indeed, Josh. That's what I thought. I thought, well, I think it quite appropriate that, given that, I mean, everything has to be purple for me. I mean, purple is a royal colour, therefore I should be right next to the royalty, obviously. So, I'm sure they'd come to love me. So, there we go. All these different things going on. So the zucchini are planted. Excellent. So we know we've got the icons there. Nothing going on down there. So it's starting to get some... What's it there? That's fine. So yeah, we're still planting onions. It's like I've been planting onions for the last 3 years. So now we see. Okay, we've got a bit of a mismatch, sand mismatch, clay mismatch. Okay, that's fine. Some good stuff there. Where was the things that we had that did the stuff and things? Yeah, okay. Okay, I think that placeholder stuff that we were talking about has gone from there. Yeah, I like it. They've definitely made some fixes and improvements. Is there disasters like flooding and droughts or not? So Josh, no. There's not that functionality at the moment. That was something that was in the suggested. The developers actually put that suggestion into the features. So where on the main menu we can vote for the different features, they put that in there. And very few people actually voted for it. So it is still, I think it's still on their list of things that they want to look at doing. But because the community were not enthused by it, it's kind of been pushed down the priority list in favor of some of the things like adding the field creation and deletion and so on and so forth. So the fact that they've actually listened on that and said, okay, we won't do that just yet, because there were a lot of people complaining it's already in hard mode, it's too difficult. In easy mode, it's too easy. So they needed to balance the game a little bit more before they started to introduce those things. So yeah. Oh dear. So yeah, so that's that. But yeah, as usual, great questions. So let's see what we can do here. Let's delete these two fields, and let's put a new field in here. I'm doing this because I want to see if it's the number of points that I put in that last field that might be causing the fact that it didn't do what we wanted it to do. Let's put a field. Okay, no, let's come up with a field. Inspiring field. I'd say cut off from the world field, but there we go, never mind. Oh dear. And I did see you in Dare's chat. Was it yesterday? Time back, where you greeted somebody else with the butt, and you were lightly but firmly. I am not a butt. I did see that. I was obviously. No, that was Saturday. That wasn't yesterday. It was Saturday. But I did see. I was paying attention. I'm always paying attention. Well, not always, but I try to. So yeah. I found that rather amusing that they couldn't just roll with it, but there we go. Who cares? Life is too short to get hung up on those things. But you notice. We had a butt dissenter. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. So, just, hey, Vam! Now you feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. You didn't respond to it in a negative way. They just pushed back on it, and they weren't particularly troublesome about it. So don't fuss over it, dude. I noticed it, and I was as a moderator, I was ready to get in there if I needed to. But it wasn't necessary. Okay, so now we can see that the weeds are starting to cause damage here. The weeds have gone red down here. This is new. Like it. Thank you very much for being helpful. Speaking of butts, Vam! There were much kinder things said about Vam in Wolfman's stream last night. Obviously. But then Vam knows that. He knows that Wolfman is always a big fan of Vam. So there we go. So how you doing, Vam? I hope you're well. Excellent. So that's now down to. Let's put some NPK on. Actually, no, we're not, because that's almost ready for harvesterizating. And it's not giving us a negative. Doodly doodly. Doodly doo. So we'll see if they've got the balance right. Now we're starting to get into the harvest season, so we might only go through the 1 year this stream, but we'll see. Starting harvest on refreshing field. Which one is that? Be nice if I could click on that and it actually took me to the one that it was talking about. But there we go. Oh, it must be the. No, it's. It is the lettuce. So this has completely depleted the field of nitrogen and potassium. Got your version FS25? When you say you've got it, do you mean you've pre-ordered, or do you mean you've actually got you've got a key and you've been able to get in? All the better for hearing my dulcet tones. Thank you, Van. That's a very kind thing for you to say. I do try to be as much fad as I can be on any given day. You got it in a gift. Nice. Fantastic. I'm very pleased. Yes, I know plenty of people are waiting, and that's cool. Everyone's got to make their own decisions about it. I know there's also a lot of streams that have been going on since kind of Friday. I have not watched a single one of them because I want, when I play the game for the first time tomorrow, I want to be discovering for myself. I don't have any negative feelings about anyone that's been streaming it because they're doing what they can with what they've got, and that's absolutely cool. But for my personal choice, I didn't want to see it until I saw it. So, that's my logic. So we've got temperature mismatch for the corn. The lettuce assesses are harvesterizating. Oh, we've got another onion field, haven't we? We've got the crops. The weeds are growing there. Let's spray them. Spray them. Spray them. Got a lot less of the 100%. We've got more of the 98, 97%. And that's good with me. 92% up here. That's cool. That's cool. I'm good with that. So we are also going to... Oh, we haven't finished harvesting. That's why I can't plant on there. I was going to plant the ryegrass. So there we go. I think we should have enough people to plant the ryegrass. Planterizating. We don't need to worry about weeds. Let's get it in there. Let's get it in there, baby. So, I didn't, I don't know if you joined Fluffy Trucking yesterday, Vam. I didn't hear you, but I joined them for about an hour-ish, just under, or just over, or thereabouts. So that was fun. My first time joining a convoy with ETS. But I didn't actually manage to get to their location and catch up with them in the flesh, as it were. In the digital flesh, I suppose. So, but it's all good. So, go. Go. Ryegrass in, and then that should help replenish the field. We'll see how far it does go. Because if they've rebalanced it, it might not fully replenish the entire field of everything, like it has done. So we'll keep an eye on that. I want to know. We have to know. It's important. So we have lettuce. So shall we sell our lettuce? For 126,000, yes, let's sell our lettuce. Thank you very kindly, lettuces. Got corn for the cows. We're going to have a lot of onions this year. That's fine. That's fine. We're not worried about our breath. It's fine. Doodly doodly. Doodly doo. Say game gifts are really very good. I've been very lucky recently with ETS, with kind of Wolf gifting me the base game and Geordie gifting me a bunch of DLC. So it's a nice thing. Nice thing. Oh, it's 30 degrees. My goodness, what a nice sunny day. 15th of July. So the temperatures are going to go down, start going down. So I think this gives us the average temperature. So you can actually see, you can't actually see it here. You might not be able to see it, but I can see it as I kind of scroll along here. It gives me like the temperature. So we go. Oh no, it gives me the date and then temperature. So 26th of July, 25.2 degrees centigrade or Celsius, however you. 7 hours of sunshine, 9.7 millimeters of rain. 12th of August, 21.2 degrees C, 6 hours of sun, 9.7 mils of rain. So you can actually see the average stats. We can see on December the 25th, it will be negative 0.5 degrees C, 2 hours of sunshine, and 4.3 millimeters of rain. So that is, like I said, you can actually get really specific with that. That is cool. Obviously, you see the little legend that comes up here as you hover over, which explains it all. Nice. So I know there were a lot of people that were perhaps suggesting that the team had come out too early with the game in early access. I think they struck a relatively good balance, personally, because they're making a lot of improvements, but they've got that initial kind of, okay, right, people are paying the money to kind of get the game in early access and play it and giving the feedback. And I think without that, it would be more difficult for them to keep the motivation going, and also to keep the finances going potentially for the game. So I think they've done it about right, in my personal opinion. So there we go. That's just what I think. So dee. These aren't our cows, by the way. We don't own that field yet. We might do in the future. Yeah, as you can see, we can change fields, add fields, delete fields. Can't change existing ones yet, so I did ask about kind of splitting fields and merging fields. They are working on that, or that's what they've said. That's what they've said in Discord in reply to my comment. So that's good. I do like that, because they generally reply to my comments the same day when I put something in the comments. So I really can't complain about that. Not that I would, because why? So we're going to come into onion harvest season shortly. Some weed damage going on up here, so we're going to spray for the weeds. We have got some weed damage going on down here. Let's spray for the weeds. That one's doing okay for now. These nutrients seem to be recovering slower. I wonder if they won't recover all the way in a single ryegrass crop. I wonder. I wonder. So there we go. Look at our marketplace. We're still doing good. We don't need to worry about ventilated warehouse space. We've got plenty now. I don't think we have enough that I'm going to leave the cow's milk. Oh! What the heck happened? Oh, they couldn't start spraying because there wasn't the equipment available because it's still spraying on the big field. Okay. I was having a panic attack there because I was thinking we'd lose a crop, but we won't. We just lost the ability to get these sprayed for weeds earlier. It calculates it. It kind of goes to the next day. So if you you do it sequentially, normally it would be okay. But when you've got a field that's that large, it doesn't like it very much. But that's okay. So we're down to 88% yield on this. So this is possibly one of the lower yields that we've had on growing those. But again, they've done a lot of rebalancing, so that's probably all part of it. We've got 98% down here, though. Because we've had 0 damage. So I don't know why on this field. Maybe because this field was a forest, not a field. Maybe that's why we've got the 0.1 damage. I don't know. I guess we could find that out. We had another forest somewhere that we changed into something, did we? Yeah, you see that was, but that logic doesn't hold because that one was a forest. So interesting. Still have yet to figure out why this one's got damage. There we go. Now we've got no potassium, so let's get potassium in there. This one's going to run out of potassium shortly. Even though we've only got a few days left, I don't want to be taking that daily damage if I can avoid it. Daily damage. Sponsored by Toyota. It's not really, but... Really? It's going to go on there and fertilize it after it's harvested it. Well done. Well done. My timing on that was clearly not very good. But it also didn't... Did you notice that? It also didn't completely fill it all the way back up. It delivered 100 kilograms per hectare, not 200. So interesting. Okay, so that's just out now. That's fine. So let's do this one whilst we still can. And then we'll also do this one, maybe. Again, we don't want to start having issues by not actually having tractors available to harvest things, because that would be most unfortunate. So this field, we have gotten a bunch of onions for 41,000. Forget how much we would have gotten from that previously. We might have to have a look back at a previous stream where we've had onions on there. Let's plant the ryegrass in a little bit. It's currently fallow. How's our ryegrass doing down over here? The field's recovering nicely. It's good. So we've got more onions harvested. Let's plant ryegrass. Had the onions harvested from down here. That's cool. Wait until that one's planted fully before we do anything else. A few days away from harvesting this one. Of course, we've managed to avoid the potassium thing. So excellent. So those are valued to be good. So ryegrass planted. So we're going to be getting into the peak season soon enough. So I think once this one's harvested, we'll put the ryegrass on there. So there we go. Did I sell those onions? I did not sell those onions. So that field was 63.652 thousand down there. Bam is a magical being. I missed that, yeah. He misses me when you're gone. Yes, he does. He does. Missed those comments initially. Apologies. Yes, Vam is indeed a magical being. Most magical indeed. Okay, so now let's see what we got from that field for onions. Another 37,000. So it seems like, and I'm just yeah. This is just a feeling. I feel like we got about the normal yield off of this field, but the other two fields, I think they were like 10 to 20,000 euros down on where we previously been. Just gut feel. But that's, like I said, that generally is just gut feel. That's not me kind of doing any scientific calculatory analysis of it. It's just, yeah. It's just me doing the doings of doing this. Okay, so we've got the ryegrass down there now. On the corn does seem to still be relatively good. We're in the 70% range, so I think the corn is actually doing better than it did previously, because we were getting down to like, I'm sure it's 40 to 50%, but we're at 72% health with another 4 days to harvest. So I think the corn is actually faring better with the new balance of the system. I like that. I'm happy with that, because that was something that was causing me aggravation. Not because it was wrong, but just because it was a pain, and I needed corn for the cows. So we'd expect off of that field, I think we'd have been expecting like, what would it be? We've got 6 tons. We'd be expecting like 3 tons off of that previously. Let's have a look and see what we get. They've adjusted the yields. They've adjusted a whole bunch of stuff. So, like I said, I might, if I get the time, and it won't be tomorrow, but I might see if I can go back and do an analysis of these fields in this configuration and the yields and see what's gone up, what's gone down. So yeah. Okay, we're harvesting corn. We got 17 tons of corn. So that is massively changed. I mean, like, massively changed. There was no way we got that much yield off of a cornfield from there before. So, yeah. I'm not complaining, because some of our yields have gone down, but the corn yield's definitely gone up. The corn is faring a lot better, and that makes me happy because I have to have it. So, yeah, so that's cool. Happy, very happy with that. And like I said, I think we were down to like 70%, so we weren't getting down to like the 40s and 50%, which, for my mind, says, why do we even bother? So yeah. So I think, like I said, changes seem to be incredibly positive. Yeah. A little bit more realism. I mean, okay, so it does look like the ryegrass is going to almost completely regenerate the field, but not quite. That's fine. That's fine. I can absolutely live with that. Okay, so starting the big field harvest. No, we've not. Enlivening field. Where's enlivening field? Where is it? That one? No, it's not. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, that one's still 7 days away. We wanted to put some potassium on there and spray for pestirunals. It's probably going to complain about one of those. So we're 88% crop on this, which is fine. Oh yes, we're harvesting this one because we're using up a bunch of people. It's a manual harvest. Excellent to choose. And that's 95%. Perfect. That's good. Excellent. do, do. Do, do, do. So yeah, so we've got what have we got? We've got onions and zucchini. Big field of onions, medium-ish field of zucchini to go. We are approaching the end of the harvest season. Got ryegrass on most of the fields that we've harvested already. I think probably all, actually. Yeah, we've got ryegrass on all the fields we've harvested already. I wonder what the ryegrass yields will be like. Oh, we're already harvesting zucchinis. Do. So in the marketplace, no, nothing to sell in there yet. We will probably sell some ryegrass because if it's similar yields to what it was, then we're going to have way too much of it. Okay, we are now harvesting the onions. 84% yield in the end, or 84% health. We might even stand to get 3 tractors on here in the future, potentially. Still harvesting the apples as well, so we're harvesting everything. It's all coming in, end of the season rush. So we've got the apples in, we got 149 tons of apples. That's different. I'm going to sell them for 179,000. At least I think that's different. It feels like it's a much larger number. Maybe it's just my imagination. Feels like it's a larger number, but we've got similar price for it, if you get what I'm saying. In that I don't think we've profited more, but I think the number was higher in terms of the yield. Again, I'll have to do some analysis. Let me write that down.
All hands brace for impact.
Let me write that down. Allied yield. Profit. That doesn't mean anything because I have to look at that piece of paper in order to actually remember to do that. But I will try. I'll try and put it in my calendar. Because I'd like to know. I don't know why, but I would like to know. So there's 589,000 kilos, 589 tons of onions. Let's have a look. 589 tons of onions. Selling for 335,000. Again, I think it feels like the number of tons is more, but the sale value is the same-ish. I don't know why. I'm just going with my gut. So zucchinis are nearly harvested. Where do we need some ryegrass? We need some ryegrass here, please. How are we doing? That's been harvested, so yes, it did not fully recover the field. I like that. I like that very much. Because it shouldn't really. It shouldn't just wipe the slate clean. Should be an element of managing rotations and stuff. So there we go. Right. plant ryegrass on there, and then we'll do the big field. So how much zucchini did we end up getting? We got 87 tons. Again, I feel like tons are more. Value is same. So we're going to wait for that to finish seeding with ryegrass, and then we're going to do this one. Actually, we're just going to set things in motion. There we go. So that is the official end of our primary growing season. We're now into the ryegrass recovery mode. Which is not a full recovery, which is good. I like the fact that we're kind of doing that. We're going to spray for weeds on there, even though it is ryegrass, because of raisins. I should have probably cultivated, but never mind. You see, this one is almost fully recovered, but it hasn't fully depleted everything in the soil. So, again, that's fine. It does mean that we're going to have to spend more money on fertilizers at some point, and I think I'm okay with that. Lush field, necessary equipment isn't available. Oh, it couldn't spray it, really? Okay. Really? There's one tractor in use and you can't use a different tractor? Are you absolutely joking me? Or is it still saying that it's hung up on that field for some reason? Okay. Obviously, whichever tractor they were using on that field was the one that it wanted to use to spray the weed killer on here, which is a bit silly. But we got past it. So nearly ready to fast forward to the end of the year. That'll be us for today, really. But that's okay. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be playing Farm Sim 25 tomorrow. Because what else will we play on launch day? There we go. Okay, so now we can... So we're up to 3 million. So we haven't recovered everything, but we've still got some... capacity of things. What are we storing in? The right taking space? No, that's the corn. I wonder if the wool's... I think the wool's taking up that space too. Be nice if it said here, if it used an icon for what storage it was in, just so you actually knew. But that's okay. So let us speed up time. Done all the field recovery we're going to do. And we could theoretically open up that field to sheep or something. But we won't. go. So we're now harvesting the ryegrass up here. It has fully replenished, but we have got weeds to deal with when we plant in 2045. So this stream has been the year of 2044. So that feels nice and ready. That's what we like. And that was 20 tons of ryegrass. I don't know, are the animals using the food? Yeah, looks like we might actually be using... No, I don't know. Until they start using it, don't know if they're using more or less. Or the same. Like I said, definitely feels like the yields have changed in the higher direction for tonnage. But that the value is appropriately adjusted. So the balance is similar in terms of monetary value, but more in terms of you've got to have the space to store this stuff back. Let's go speedy speeds again. More ryegrass harvests to come. Okay, there's one. Now that's going to leave this field a little bit low on potassium, but the others are good. And this is where we'll go next year. You'd go from onions. This was onions, and we'll go with apples. And apples have a different what they go they don't go hard on the potassium. They go, yeah. The onions go really hard on the potassium. The onions are a hard crop in terms of that, in terms of resources, but then the apples will go less so the potassium can recover a little bit more. And then the zucchini, what does the zucchini do? The zucchini doesn't go hard on the potassium at all. So over the course of that, we've got different crops do different things. So that as a rotation kind of works. So there we go. I like that. I like it a lot. Why were we paused there? I don't know why we were paused there, but okay. Let's get to the next harvest for ryegrass. It should be coming thick and fast now. There's that one. Then it should be this one. Short order.
No, I'm only a youngling.
Zucchini is an excellent fodder for compost apps, whereas ours ends up, says Hitman. Thank you very much, Hitman. So at the moment, we're just finishing our year. So we'll be tidying this up. You can see we can see very clearly what our storage is doing, which is nice and helpful. Hello, people and Fad. Thank you, Hitman. As usual. I was right, that one's next. Then it'll be that one, and that one. This one next. Field recover. Yes, that field's mostly recovered aside from nitrogen. Yeah, I was right. That's the field. That field has fully recovered. This field has fully recovered. Now we're kind of heading End of November. Goodness me. So let's get that harvesterized. And that gave us 153 tons. Certainly should be enough for our animals. So the animals should be in now, so minus 40 tons a day, minus 90 tons a day. Now, I don't believe that's 40 tons a day, so I think we said before we'll have to do a comparison. I will try and do that comparison between now and next time I stream this. Because yeah. Okay, so we have harvested all our fields, all the ryegrass is off, so the fields are as recovered as they're going to probably be. We might be able to do a ryegrass planting in the early part of 2045, but who knows. So, let us just speed through December. We're going to get to the standard 30th of December, like I usually do. Hitman says, I live on a small rural island. People only lock their car doors downtown during zucchini harvest. Otherwise, you'd come out of the store and find zucchini gifts on your front seat. People unloading them. Lol. Oh, well, yeah. That's nice. Right, 30th of December. Here we are. Let's sell the remainder of our milk. Sell our wool. Now, the wool previously would have been like 525,000. It's 329,000. I'm sure. I think we're getting the same yield. I haven't seen that the sheep have been unproductive. So again, that's where, like I say, it's been financially rebalanced, yield rebalanced, and storage balanced and stuff. So that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Maybe we might have to retry the chickens if that's the case. I'm not going to do that now, and I'm not going to hurry to do that. Sheepy Hollow. Yeah, absolutely. Sheep everywhere. Sheepy Hollow. That's Calmfield. That's yeah. Those were the two that we named, I think, and then this one up here, Bar Meadow. So, and that one was our first field. So hence it's called First Field. But it's now a sheep pasture. So there we go. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to push through and we're going to say Happy New Year, everybody. Oh, no, not right. Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. 2045. 2045 has arrived. I will stream 2045 another time. Hopefully next week. We'll see how we go. Not really. Ooh, pastoral field, so punny. No, that was one of the default names. Not really. Obviously, not much effort went into that name. No, some of them are just the default names. Hitman. So yeah, you can stick your tongue out and make fun all you like. So we are going to save the game. I'm going to increase our number to FADStream 6 because it's gone up a version. So I tend to increment the number each time we get a different version update. So it gives a visual indication or a reminder of just how many updates have happened since I started playing the game, which happened just slightly before the release. So from the time that they gave it out early access to people streaming, they've had 6 updates in between me playing. They've had more than that, but there we go. I know I'm making fun. Jeez, Hitman tries harder. Well, Hitman trying harder is just Hitman trying. But there we go. So we're back up to almost 3.5 million euros. So we haven't lost out. We spent quite a bit of money making improvements, we added some new warehouses. We added some new equipment to kind of be able to do what we needed to do for the year. And we've recovered pretty much the cost of all of that. So I'm calling that good. Financially, our yearly finances, compare them 2044 to last year. So last year we didn't spend as much. So take that. So we spent $1 million. So yeah, we've pretty much performed financially about the same. I just maintain that I think the number of tons of product was more. So yeah, loans are looking interesting. We didn't look at contracts at all, but the contracts have been rebalanced as well. 82 tons of canola. I don't recall seeing a canola contract before. I could be wrong. I probably am. But there we go. Okay, so we are at the end of where we're going to get to for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We will just kind of head out. And for those of you that didn't see it at the beginning, we're just going to open up the little bit of fun that we had at the beginning of the stream. Which is London is a farm. So let's have a look at that. So London is a farm. And I didn't see my FAD stream 6 there, so I'm hoping I haven't just lost all of the work that we put in over that last year of 2044. It says, hoping. So early stream fun. Yes, Hitman, indeed. We loaded in. If you remember, or if you were here, Geordie challenged to see if we could create a farm in Leicester Square in London, and we did. So when it loads, the reason it's I think the reason it's taking a long time to load is because there's a lot of buildings, obviously in London, as we would know, and I think that's why it takes its time loading the task, because it's processing all that data and actually creating the buildings. It will load, Hitman. It will. It's not an if. It's just a when. So with those hamps as well. Yes, indeed. As you said. Come along, little booter, please. It'll get there. It'll get there. Doesn't, then we'll give it a minute or two more. What shirt am I wearing? So the t-shirt today is unicorns are awesome. I am awesome. Therefore, I am a unicorn. So, because why not? So, if you can't see it properly, there it is in all its glory. So, I do try to change the t-shirts up. Not everything is awesome. Unicorns are awesome and awesome. So there we go. So here is our asparagus field on Leicester Square. So, and here is our farm building right out the front of Buckingham Palace, just as you would expect. The man says, wait, I'm a unicorn? I'm part of a team? I don't know. I haven't decided yet, Hitman. So yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so we have a farm in the centre of London. Wonder how many horsepower a unicorn outputs. Well, that's a very good question, Hitman. Except maybe it's not. So, Diamondback says, "What's up, Hitman?" Indeed. So yeah, so I'm not seeing Fadstream 6 there. I'm concerned that my save did not load. My load did not save. So I will probably just reload the autosave and see if I can just make sure that that is what I need it to be. But I'll do that off screen. So we're going to go to our outro. And I'm going to say thank you very much, everyone. So thank you, Hitman, Diamondback, Josh, Vam,
What button do you have? It's the E key on the key.
Geordie, and yeah, thank you for keeping me company throughout in the chat. It's very, very, very much appreciated. Thank you to all of those of you that are subscribers as well. Again, that is incredibly appreciated. So Diamondback says thank you to Adam Wilson. Thank you. So we are going to have a little looky-loo on the Twitcheroony to see who we've got to raid. If anybody, do we have somebody to raid? Find me somebody to raid. So we have Wolfman is playing. He's doing rod-based antics. So we should definitely go and ask him if he is holding his rod. So we're going to head on over there. Make sure he's holding his rod correctly. We'll start that up.
Not my fault, honest.
And yeah, so again, have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. I'll be back tomorrow with Farm Sim 25. And yeah, have a great time, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.